Welcome to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2021, the 99th graduation ceremony at Bronxville High School. Please rise for the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. We're so thrilled to be here this evening with all of you. It was literally Wednesday when we learned that we could expand the audience and seat our graduates together. So it could not have come at a better time. And on a more perfect evening to celebrate this class. This has not been an easy senior year for the class of 2021, but you've all faced it with grace and resilience. The faculty and I want to share how proud we are of how you have handled these difficult times and congratulate you and wish you the best of luck as you embark on your next chapter outside the walls of our building and the borders of this town. At this time, I'd like to invite Tim Atkinson, the senior class president, to share some remarks.
Hello, and welcome again to the graduation for the class of 2021. Let me begin by thanking the sea of administrators, counselors, teachers, coaches, and most of all parents who have supported, guided, and nurtured us on our long and winding routes through high school. We are the living products of your work. I hope we turned out all right. To my classmates, congratulations. Graduating high school is an impressive accomplishment, and you've all managed to do so in remarkable fashion. Today marks a milestone in your education, a culmination of the classes you've attended, the English books you've read, the math homeworks you've completed, and the exams you've taken. More importantly, it marks a milestone in your growth from the fledgling 9th grader you were to the mature graduate you are today. Allow me once to state the obvious. Things are going to change in big ways. As a class, we will go far beyond the bounds of this town, a place which some of us have called home for our entire lives. We will meet many new people who hail from radically different backgrounds with perspectives and ideas that will challenge some of the beliefs that you hold core. We will welcome new friends to our families and find distant places to call our homes, whether temporary or forever. I, for one, am nervous. I remember entering high school 4 years ago, coming face to face with its stark unfamiliarity and wondering how I should make it out the other end. Now, as I stand in a place not so different from then, I'd like to share 5 pieces of advice which have helped me along my way. Number 1, Have confidence in your abilities. Know that for the last 4 years you've been preparing for the rest of your life, that you have an education designed to suit you wherever you may go, and that you have the support from Bronxville to get there. This is not to say there won't be challenges or failures in your life. Of these, there will be many. It is to say, however, that you have the capability to work through, cope with, and learn from any obstacle you may face. Know this and have confidence. Number 2, try new things. This world is a massive place, and we have only experienced the smallest part of it here in Bronxville. Take classes that sound interesting, embark on novel experiences and trips, join that club or organization, and meet new people. There are viewpoints, ideas, and ways of being that will shock, surprise, delight, and maybe even disturb you. Take these in and learn from them. We cannot truly be citizens in this world unless we have learned something of it. Number 3, be kind. Kindness is not a weakness, nor is it a relic of our elementary school years. Kindness is a simple understanding that we are human, and it is respect people deserve for being so. It is the fundamental empathy we must hold, the ability to see another as you see yourself, and to act in accordance with this vision. It is an invitation, a conversation, an introduction, even a passing smile, handshake, or nod. I will always remember the upperclassman who loaned me a pair of sweatpants for the lacrosse tryout when I forgot the dress code. I will remember the seniors who gave me advice when I first entered high school, preparing me for the road ahead. And I will eternally remember my friends, my brothers, my parents, whose unyielding support has elevated me above the trials I've faced to the podium where I stand today. These memories prove to me that it is not popularity, intelligence, humor, or athletic ability which make people good, for these are not the qualities they shared with me. No, good people are kind. 4th, do what makes you happy. Do what you are meant to do. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses, whether they show them or not. Over the last 4 years, I have become more acquainted with my own strengths and weaknesses. Among them, my optimistic outlook and a saddeningly predictable tendency to lose nice rain jackets. I have learned which subjects I enjoy, which subjects I don't, what my passions are and what my passions aren't. My advice, do what you enjoy. Your time here is too short to spend it forcing yourself to be someone else's person, doing someone else's will. Seek out and find the people that will make you happy beyond any superficial meaning of the word, and do the things that give you satisfaction and fulfillment. You will be a better person for it. Lastly, enjoy yourselves. Remember that this life is yours, and no matter what anybody may say or do, they cannot live it for you. Be confident, explore the world, and have compassion for your peers. Walk your own road, and do a little bit of good along the way. There is a wonderful person within each of you, and for this, I'm both grateful and proud to have been your classmate. May each of you find happiness and success in the coming years. Thank you.
And now we will hear from the President of the Student Faculty Legislature, Liam Harity.
Good evening, everyone. I want to take a quick moment to thank everyone who came here today and made today possible, including our amazing administration, our faculty and staff, and the parents and graduates who are here with me today. So thank you so much. I should preface before I begin this speech that it'll contain many cliches. If you took AP Lang with Mr. Cross, you'll know that when used incorrectly, cliches can leave a sour taste in the mouth of the audience. I haven't always loved cliches, which is why I won't be beginning this speech with the typical half smile to the graduating class, bent over the microphone saying, "Class of 2021, we made it." It's also the reason why I won't start this speech about a midnight trip to the dog park or reciting every major milestone in our school career. I think the worst part of cliches is by virtue of their repetition, of stating them over and over again, the idea becomes so predictable and the message feels boring and loses its novelty. But despite my general dislike for cliches, I do think they have some redeeming qualities. Every cloud has a silver lining, right? Maybe the reasons we find cliches so annoying is because they nag us, and because they remind us of a lesson so fundamental that it slips under our noses. Whenever I'm on break, my mom is the first to tell me to get out of bed and do something active. And when I inevitably end up sleeping till noon, watching Netflix all week and eating piles of Cheez-Its and chips, I feel sick and groggy and generally upset. And while I will never tell my mother she is correct in an effort to preserve her already inflated ego, the cliche of sleep, exercise, and healthy eating is reluctantly important. And thus, an apple a day keeps the doctor away is now a quote that I will groan in submission to. As much as we hate cliches, the nuisance of their repetition and their inevitable correctness, they annoy us for good reason. Their lessons make us better people. The cliche I want to talk to you today about is not graduation speeches or being healthy. I want to talk about living in the moment, a type of mantra you might see splattered on a stock image of a sunset and posted on Facebook. You'll know what I'm talking about when people say YOLO or live like there's no tomorrow. Despite the annoyance of 40-year-old mothers who are always 5 years late to every trend, the message never stuck to me until recently. Throughout high school, my focus has been very minimally on the world in front of me, and rather what's far ahead of me. My head has always been a little off in the clouds. I can recount as early as 5th grade looking at U.S. news and world reports, debating with my friends which colleges were the quote-unquote best. There was a time where all I could focus on was my college essay, the message, and the perfect delivery. It was about the 3rd week of 7th grade. And I remember starting my Common App account early enough to get a head start. It was September of my freshman year. It turned out that a large devotion of my time in high school was to determine what was beyond it. And I'm not saying this to recollect on my own experience, but more so to emphasize what's easy to lose if you're looking too far ahead. When you look 10 steps ahead of you, it's easy to trip on what's right in front of you. It's why I'm so glad they sawed down these big metal railings before we actually got on stage today. So as we look at the graduation in front of us and the exciting but terrifying future even further, I hope you'll take to heart the wise words of philosopher and artist Mr. Worldwide Pitbull in his 2012 song, Feel This Moment. I see the future, but live for the moment. Makes sense, don't it? Time is money, only difference is I own it. Like a stopwatch, let's stop time and enjoy this moment. But maybe equally as badly as that is living in the past. A brief lesson in moderation. While good in doses, memories, and nostalgia and the like, too much of the past can become overbearing. I've had many sleepless nights reliving and replaying the conversations I've had with others, the joke or story I could have told better, or the comebacks I could have used in heated English debates. The worst feeling that stems from all of that is regret. Regret for what you've done or said, or maybe what you didn't. Regret thrives in the past, and while it doesn't exist without reason, I often think it consumes us more than it should. I think things that I could have done differently throughout high school, the people I've known for years and only just became friends with now, and the things I've only just started doing that I've never loved so much. And rather than live with these as moments of regret, I'd rather move forward with them as lessons of life. Existentialist Marilyn Monroe once said, "Nothing lasts forever, so live it up, drink it down, laugh it off, avoid the drama, take chances, and never have regrets. Because at one point, everything you did was exactly what you wanted." In 3rd grade, we read some of Aesop's fables, all of which have a moral to their story. Before I finish this very long speech, I want to read one of those to you, called The Astrologer. It goes like this. A man who lived a long time ago believed he could read the future in the stars. He called himself an astrologer, and he spent much of his time at night gazing at the sky. One evening, he was walking along the open road outside the village. His eyes were fixed on the stars, and he thought he saw there that the end of the world was at hand. When all at once, down he went into a hole full of mud and water. There he stood up to his ears in the muddy water and madly clawing at the slippery slides of the hole in effort to climb out. His cries for help soon brought the villagers running, and as they pulled him out of the mud, one of them said, "You pretend to read the future in the stars, and yet you fail to see what's at your feet. This may teach you to pay more attention to what's right in front of you, and let the future take care of itself." "What use is it," said another, "to read the stars when you can't see what's right here on earth?" I suppose no good speech like this is left without a moral to the story and a lesson to be learned. So I tried to fit as many cliches as I could into this closing paragraph. Throughout nearly a year of remote and hybrid models, we saw how to learn from our mistakes. As seniors during COVID, we learned that when life gives you lemons, you can make lemonade. And whether it was prom or even this graduation ceremony here today, we showed that where there's a will to do something, there's a way. For me, I learned that living in the moment, regardless of how cliche it sounds, is far better than living at any time else. In the wise words of the turtle from Kung Fu Panda, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Thank you.
A tradition at graduation is to honor those members of the class who have distinguished themselves by excelling in various areas of academics and the fine and performing arts. The following students have been recognized by the faculty for their achievement in particular subject areas. I ask that you stand to be recognized when you hear your name. For excellence in English, Ashley Toll. For excellence in mathematics, Liam Harity. For excellence in social studies, Catherine Zanetos. For excellence in science, Rory Christian. For excellence in Spanish, Avery Wyden. The Frank D. Little Award for Excellence in French, Isabel Overby. For excellence in Latin, Annabelle Kraus. For overall academic excellence, Timothy Atkinson. The Bronxville Teachers Association presents a scholarship to a student who has demonstrated an enthusiasm for lifelong learning, a willingness to help others, a positive attitude, and an interest in entering the field of education. Applicants wrote an essay entitled, "Why Teach?" These essays were reviewed by the members of the Executive Council of the Bronxville Teachers Association, and the winner is Meg Outcall. In the area of fine and performing arts, the Gwynn Awards are presented in memory of Ralph Gwynn, a Bronxville school board member who had a strong commitment to student participation in the arts. For excellence in instrumental music for orchestra, Patrick Bird and Eve Sullivan. For excellence in instrumental music for band, Tora Ozawa and Maya Brinster. For excellence in fine arts, Olivia O'Keefe. For excellence in vocal music, Megan Barker. And for excellence in drama, Megan Barker. And finally, the student who will receive this year's David Quatroni Award for Engaged Citizenship, named in honor of our former superintendent, Michael Randall. Congratulations. to all of you again. At this time, I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who has been part of making this year successful in the face of a great deal of change, even up till 2 days ago, and uncertainty. Thank you to the Board of Education, the Senior Class Advisor, Beth Agarabi, the Senior Class Chairs, Michelle McBride, Jane Moynihan, Cindy Randall, and Jean Vendici. Thank you to Mr. Haven, Mr. Lassane, Mr. Kind, and all the dedicated faculty and those that attended today who met an unbelievable challenge this year, transitioning from distance learning to hybrid learning to in-person learning. So thank you. Thank you to the Bronxville PTA for all of your support throughout this difficult year. We really felt supported by the community and the PTA, so thank you. It made it possible to make it through difficult times. And thank you. And a special thank you to Beth Ahern and all of the individuals who helped make today's graduation possible. We were literally changing things at the last moment as guidance changed, so thank you so much. And now, Dr. Montesano, I am pleased to have you certify for graduation the class of 2021.
Thank you. It is my pleasure to certify to the Board of Education that all members of the class of 2021 have met the requirements of New York State and Bronxville High School and are ready to receive their diplomas. I would like to ask our Director of Counseling, Mr. Aaron Kind, to come forward and read the roll of graduates.
Ines L. Abukadra. Emma Angelani. Mariana Apostolatos. Megan Elizabeth Barker. Jane Margaret Becker. Isabel Loti Bite. Isabella Rosser Bouvard. Maya Atkins Brinster. Christina Elizabeth Canty. Ava Chiang. Rory Christian. Nyanika Anusha Clark. Olivia K. Kniff. Stella Antonia Daskalakis. Marielle Ava Dabini. Alexandra Grace Dukas. Maya Engenero. Katie Elizabeth Fermato. Jules Duar Gravier. Catherine Quinn Haggerty. Lorelei Heath. Jillian Elizabeth Hoffman. Caroline Elizabeth Holbert. Avalon S. Kaplan. Isabel Kennedy. Anna Catherine Kachansky. Annabelle Hayden Kraus. Sloan Elizabeth Lewis. Melissa Teresa Marchetti. Elizabeth Calvert Marshall. Skylar Brookfield Martin. Caitlin Jane McBride. Caroline Leary McGrath. Gabriella Caroline McLean. Riley India Morgan. Beatrice Nascimento Lete. Elaine C. Neild. Margaret Riley O'Hare. Olivia Rose O'Keefe. Margaret Quayle Outcall. Isabel Eve Overby. Celine O'Zalton. Caroline Ann Palermo. Emily Marie Plaza. Elena Panayota Poulos. Catherine Proskoff. Uma S. Revadigar. Evelyn Elizabeth Robert. Rachel Tatia Roberts. Victoria Taylor Rufo. Catherine Eleanor Saluti. Lindsay Elizabeth Schultz. Jessica Sandi. Eve S. Sullivan. Maeve Bradley Sullivan. Alana Grace Thompson. Ashley Elizabeth Toll. Emma Shea Van Ness. Jessica Rogers Wagner. Kelly Christine Weald. Avery Elizabeth Wyden. Ariane Justine Mortel. Ziwen Shu. Skylar Marie Young Sodolato. Catherine Eleni Zanedos. Christopher Aiden Ahern. Liam Logan Angelone. Nicholas William Belor. Anthony Peyton Beldotti. Patrick Michael Bird. Jack Bradley Bodell. John Frederick Borsch. Declan Thomas Broderick. Miles Stewart Broderick. Edward Huey Conway. Peter Michael Curran. Thomas Jerome Curran III. George Darr. Holden Yamagishi Daviko. Benjamin Pratt Davis. Giuseppe R. Del Prete. Spencer M. Desart. Kyle Dillon. Henry William Donahue. Thomas Joseph Dragoni. Eric A. Fleissig. Nicholas Fakaj. Calvin Reed Galimbo. Timothy Frederick Atkinson. Will the next row please rise? Alexei Gorbanov. William Stephen Grant. Earl Daniel Gretzinger. Mel A. Harris. Ingemar I. Henschel. Nathaniel H. Kim. Benjamin G. Mondanis. George Alexander McCormick. Battle Cole McFadden. Charles Casey McCann. Peter James McSherry III. Andrew David McWilliams. Henry D. Min. John Cornelius Moynihan. William Patrick Murray. Camille B. Mutlajong. Jonathan P. Onslow. Toranosuke Sean Ozawa. Jack Ryan Pagano. Jason Timothy Pacho Pascual. Griffin William Patterson. Macklin Robert Petty. Tenzing Kai Pixley. Liam Sullivan Harity. Misha Pustovit. Artemis J. Raddick. Riley Clyde Ramundo. Connor James Randall. Michael Risden Randall. James H. Reed. William John Rizzo, Jr. John Duncan Dalgarno Rosser, Jr. Bjorn August Samios. Liam Sands. Henry John Sheehan. Wyatt Henry Spiegel. George Philip Stevenson. James Paul Swenson. William Zachary Swenson. Neil Christopher Coe Tungle. Charles Hudson Vale. Edward Preston Wardell. Michael McPherson Wield. Brain Joseph Weiser. And Amir K. Yagubi. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations one more time to the class of 2021. That concludes our graduation ceremony. Thank you. Enjoy the evening.